Thank you. Well, I like doing the old ones, but like, you know, I don't have many heroes in the movie business, but Marlon Brando was.
The thing about Marlon Brando is he's listen. This favor you asked me if I perform this, let me come through and ask a favor. That favor you cannot refuse.
You know, I love voices. I love the old, you know, guys. You know, Christopher. Everyone does Christopher Walken now. You can go on the internet and go like Filipinos and doing impressions of Christopher Walken. No, the thing about him is he stops in the middle of every word. And so that's kind of fun for him to do. And but the impressions I like to do now are like my wife, my mom. You know, I mean, it's just you know, I like, you know, the people who, you know, are fans of mine are real fans. You know, like this. I like it sometimes when African American people come up to me, black people. This one woman came up to me and said, "Tell me why I know you." I'm Rob Schneider. I'm Canadian. He said, "You ain't no Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider ain't no midget, baby." But that really happened to me, you know. So it's fun when those things, you know, just happen. So that's, but you know, I mean, I started doing a bunch of stuff with voices, and you know, it's fun to do.
And I just had one more question. It's about stand-up comedy. You need to be able to make fun of yourself. You need to be able to make fun of other people, but not get to a point where you take it too sensitive.
I guess the audience lets you know that. You can't be afraid to offend, though. I mean, I have some jokes that are pretty offensive, to be honest. But you have to shock. I mean, the audience has heard everything. If you don't try, if you're afraid to shock people, then you shouldn't be a comedian. You have to try. You got to go for it. And sometimes it's a little bit much. I mean, there's some jokes I do that are really tough, but I think it's fun. You know, why not? I mean, why not make people take the risk of some people being offended? But the thing is, I don't think that the most sensitive members of our society should be the ones deciding what everybody else gets to hear. I have a problem with that. And the worst form of censorship is self-censorship. And so you got to be careful that you don't think, maybe that's too much. Let the audience decide. You know, I mean, no one's dying just for a joke, but people get pissed off sometimes. You know, but I'm willing to take the risk.
And my last question.
Oh my God!
Today is also if you have anything to say about this, but today's an election day for.
Yeah, I know.
For the.
People get excited about the elections here.
Yes, they do. Do you have
There's only 50,000 different elections going on right now.
It's true, and 50,000 different people running.
50,000 different people running. That's serious.
Your thoughts and opinions about elections here, or the
well, I mean, the people are passionate about elections here. I mean, people will, you know, people get passionate. People die over elections here. I mean, they get really, I mean, Filipinos are passionate people. You know, I will say this though, that democracies are supposed to be messy. You know, Winston Churchill said, you know, democracies are, you know, are a lousy way to, I'm paraphrasing and ruining it. Democracies are a lousy form of government, but it's of governance, but it's the best one we got. You know, so it's supposed to be messy. You know, I don't know if it's supposed to be as messy as it sometimes is in the States and here. I mean, we had an election, nobody knew for weeks what's going on in the States. So, but I will say there is you know, a real positive feel being here. You know, I mean, it's different, you know, because I'm not getting everywhere, I'm just here in Manila. But there's a real positive feel, and I like to see, you know, people, you know, upwardly moving, and money coming in. And I think it's just a matter of time before this, you know, before it goes to, and it affects not just the top tier people, but it spreads out into the entire economy. Because you have hard-working, good people here. And eventually, you know, hey, we get enough businesses and enough infrastructure and enough, you know, jobs that it'll get out there. And it has to, and I've seen it happen now. And like I said, the economic miracle that's hit everywhere in Asia is hitting here. And it's going to happen. So sit back and wait. And, you know, this is a great place to invest. And I think I'm really feel positive about the president and, you know, President Aquino. And I think he's he's going to bring some good, a good amount of international business here, and that's what it takes. You need that, and I feel good about it, and I'm looking forward to coming back and bringing the Asian International Comedy Festival here. We'll do it, and it'll be fun, and we'll laugh our asses off, I promise. Okay?
All right, Rob, on a lighter note, I just want to ask, since you're tall, dark, and handsome, how do you charm the ladies, man? How do you charm, and before you got married, what's
Before
the
I
secret?
got married,
Well, Schneider's magic.
I
The ladies.
I try to make them laugh. I cook a mean adobo. My mom used to always water it down, because my dad was, he couldn't take it too spicy. But it's a pretty mild dish anyway. I love that. For now, the best way to win my wife's heart is American Express black card. It doesn't have a limit, and she likes that. But she doesn't go too crazy with just buying stuff, But I'm gonna go shopping now and get her a few things because I got to bring something back. She gives me that look when I get home. She's like, "Okay, where is it?" Hang on, I got something. But it's a pleasure. Is there any last questions or anything else? Yeah. This guy, got people my size here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Good to
We're
see.
small
We
people.
can exchange shoes later. I like that because I feel bad in the States, the Filipino women go to get some shoes. Can I have this in size 5? It's like, we don't make size 5 here, No, size 5? Why don't you make it? You have to get the shoes that fit you. I still have problems getting shoes. I was in Australia. Nah, we don't have anything smaller than 11. We're gonna have to get a special cold black. What was your question?
Okay, so my question is, out of all your movies and cameos, which was your favorite?
Oh, I like them all. Not all of them were good, but I like 51st Dates, pretty darn good. Playing the Hawaiian dude. Goose Bigelow's a lot of fun. I like Big Stan. Those are fun movies.
Is there any other talent or hobbies that you do besides comedy?
I'm kind of obsessed with doing stand-up right now. Right now there's a very interesting thing happening in the States where our economy's kind of in the toilet, for the average person it's in the toilet. Rich people are always going to do good everywhere. But it's interesting because I think people want to hear what other people think. And England had an interesting thing happen in the 50s because they won the war, but yet they were still rationing. They weren't part of the program of borrowing money from the States. And so they were still rationing into the 50s, and they were an angry group of people. They lost India in 47. So during that economic downturn, they had comedy that got sharper. And I think that's what's happening in the States. There's some great comedians now. Bill Burr, Chris Rock, Louis C.K., and there's some really good comics right now. David Chappelle is out touring, and I think we got some good, So in that sense, cultures that are in decline seem to have really the best art. And, America's had its, I still think America's, the strongest economy on the planet, but I think it's good to shake things up once in a while. And then people have to be more inventive to what they're gonna, how to bring that economy back up. Okay.
Thank you, Rob. And to show our appreciation